power here. I gotta plug my phone in before it runs out of power. Just left Aldi's with a food purchase. I haven't been to Aldi's in a while, but decided to come by here today right after work to get some food because the refrigerator has arrived. So the house now has a working full-size refrigerator, which means I can stockpile cold food. And decided to come by Aldi's to try to stock up on some stuff. My next big stop over the next day or two will probably be Thrifty to pick up meat. But came by Aldi's and just wanted to share with you. I'm surprised at how much I was able to buy at Aldi's versus how much I've been buying at Walmart. So I decided to pick up meat. Basically, I got these hamburger patties here. These are 75% lean patties, which means they're got a lot of fat, I think. Right? 75% lean, is that? I don't know if that's the thinner one. I think it's the one with more fat in it. But I think Walmart sells these for now for about $11 or $12 each. And at Aldi's, they're only they're $9.89. So I already saved about $1 or $2, maybe $2 on them. Was also to buy the organic spring mix salad for work. The big container looks about the same size as the container from Walmart. They look like they have the exact same stuff. I'm wondering if it's the same processing plant that's doing it and they just put a different label on it for the different companies. But the price on it was about $4.79, which is roughly the same as what it costs at Walmart. Got some pork chops, fairly cheap. I think pork chops are cheaper at Aldi's than they are at Walmart. So I got these center cut pork chops for $3.59, and then I got some other ones here. They were also $3.69 for 3 of them. And I probably eat like 1 or 2 per meal, you know. So I normally eat like 2 of them per meal, but I'm trying to probably cut down to 1. Not so much to save money as more to not get fat. Something you might notice different for me. Well, first off, I bought bread. This was like a let me check the price here. And $1.09 for honey wheat bread. I think this bread costs quite a bit more at Walmart, and if you go to Dollar Tree, I think it's like $1.25 if you can find it there. So it's cheaper here at Aldi's than even the $1.25 store. But something you're gonna notice is different. Look what I bought. I bought like a bunch of pears. Now that I have access to a refrigerator with a vegetable and fruit crisper area, you know, to keep things chilled, I'm gonna try to eat more snacks that are basically vegetables. Not vegetables, but fruits. So I got these, I guess the Bartlett Pears. Pears, right? These are pears. And some apples. I got Macintosh apples. And the prices on those were not too bad, actually. The whole bag, the pears was only $3.79. That's like the price of a bag of chips. And or maybe 2 bags of chips. But you can, they're going to last longer than the chips. Same with the apples. And they're a lot more nutritious, hopefully. Also got some Roma tomatoes. These things were really cheap. It was like 95 cents for this bag of 1 pound bag, 16 ounces, which had basically 2, 4, 5 tomatoes for 95 cents. And I also bought a bag of beans. I think these are sold by weight in Walmart, and they tend to be expensive. But here, the whole bag there, 16 ounces, which I guess is about a pound, was only $1.59. So I love frying these up, stir fry, but I can also snack on them. And I picked up a cucumber for the salad for 59 cents. So that's what I picked up today for food. I do need to make another food run later, not necessarily today, but sometime in the next couple days, to Thrifty because I'm gonna go buy steaks. Um, the ribs at Walmart, the pork ribs, the boned ones. If you don't get the spare ribs, if you get the cheap ribs, you can still get a rack of them for about between $9 to $12. So I buy those because one rack serves about 4 meals. So um, if you buy the spare ribs, they're about $15 to $25, depending on where you buy them from. So I buy the ribs. I don't think they call them spare ribs. They're the ones with more fat on them and more meat on them. It's not the skinny little ones, not the baby back ones. So they sell them at Walmart if you find the cheap ribs for about between $9 to $12 still. So I think that's a pretty good bargain. But that's what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and start stockpiling food. So Aldi's, if you haven't checked out Aldi's, they have a lot of nice stuff. Pretty much all the stuff you find in normal grocery store prices. I'm looking at them and I'm like, I think they might actually be lower than Walmart at this point. Maybe they're more efficient than Walmart. They've always paid their employees more. I know when I was applying for Aldi's, I think they were starting them out at like $15 an hour or more. So the Walmart here in this area is still only starting people out at $12 an hour. And they're having a hard time attracting anyone. I never see, Aldi's, I never see them posting that they have an opening unless they're opening a new store. Whereas Walmart, everywhere now you go, they want help, but they want to start them at $12 an hour for like a associate. And then I don't even think you get full-time or benefits. So, as long as they have that mentality, they're going to have a hard time attracting people. That's why they're automating everything. Aldi's is still not automated. There is no self-checkout. You go through and there's always a cashier and they're really fast. But anyhow, the interesting thing, if you haven't ever shopped at Aldi's, you should bring your own bags to carry your stuff, or do like me. I just find they stock the stuff in boxes, and I just grab a box that's almost empty, and I use that to carry my food. They also have like a cart return where you put a quarter in and you can get your card out, but then when you finish, you return the cart and you get your quarter back. But I never use a cart. I usually I grab a box. In this case, I grabbed a case, and it was enough to carry the food for what I'm buying today. Lengthwise, I think this food with some rice and stuff would actually last me maybe 3 weeks to 1 month. So conceivably, if I was just eating it by myself, this is enough food for me other than rice. The one thing that's missing from here is rice. But for about $50, I could probably eat for a month if I shop at Aldi's. And it's not like eating bad. It's actually pretty good food, because if I eat I can eat like one piece of meat per meal. So it's not like I'm not eating any real food, and I'm eating fresh greens and vegetables and stuff. So I don't know, maybe we'll play a game and see how cheap we can go on the food budget, but also try to eat well, I've been skipping certain things on purpose, like chips and stuff. I buy it occasionally from the $1.25 store. It's weird. Can't call it the dollar store anymore because you can't really get anything for $1 in there anymore. But at the $1.25 store, I've been buying some really bad stuff like chips and stuff, but not too much. And sodas, I rarely buy at all. The only time I ever had sodas, like the other day, I had the Slurpee. I like the it doesn't even have to be 7-Eleven, but I like the soda, the Coca-Cola Slurpee. So I'll get that maybe once every month or two. And then soda-wise, I probably drink less than 1 cup a month. I only pretty much have it when I have fast food because I'm traveling somewhere and I didn't bring food. So it's saving a lot of money. I think increasing my health. And, I hope that if anybody got anything out of the whole COVID lockdown and stuff, people are cooking more and hopefully getting their health back up. I'll take a moment here to read your comments, and then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But, yeah, I was really surprised. I think if I tried to buy the equivalent here at Walmart, it probably would have been like $60 to $80 or more just for this little amount of food. So, Elizabeth says you should get yourself a deep freezer and stock up when Aldi's has sales. I don't know about that. One of the things my wife mentions to me, I tend to overbuy. And a lot of Americans overbuy food. I think they say like as much as 30% of what people buy gets thrown away because it goes bad. And even stuff you stick in the freezer, there's a risk of freezer burn. So, the meat and stuff that you buy. But I'm going to see how long this lasts. I do want to buy a couple steaks, just because I love steak. And, my wife and I, we celebrate with food. We love cooking steak, having asado and stuff. So, I like the ribs. So I'm trying to determine right now with the refrigerator how fast it takes me to go through. But my hope is to have like about a month's worth of food in the refrigerator. And that way, I don't really need to go shopping that often. What that does is it saves on gas, and it just saves time. So you're saving on money from the gas expenditure, but also your time, so you can put your time to more useful stuff. Andrew says, probably a good idea to have food if Russia attacks the U.S. I really, don't think that's going to happen, but, it's always a good idea to have a stockpile of food so that you don't have to run around and you can save money and put your time to better use than just running around shopping, unless you enjoy shopping for food. I enjoy shopping for food, but not like more than once a month, really. Really, if I can go once a month, I would like that. That's only 12 times a year. If I have to go, right now I had been going like about once a week, maybe even twice a week, because I didn't have storage. I didn't have cold storage. Yeah, AA Angry says, Aldi has good stuff, same company as Trader Joe's. So yeah, Aldi's is, and Trader Joe, apparently, for those of you who don't know the history, they were the same company. Aldi's and Trader Joe was like partners, the people that made it. And then they had a disagreement and they split up. But I guess because they were the founders, they were both allowed to keep the same model type store. It's just one's called Trader Joe's and one's called Aldi's. But it's the same people. Well, it's not no longer the same people, but it's the same founders. And some of their material, some of their food, they probably have the same vendors. So you might get some of the same stuff. But as they split, of course, then they start to get different vendors because they start to develop their own connections. But yeah, that's a little history of Aldi's. The overbuys terribly. I would go shopping every day, total waste of time. Yeah, the more time you can save from doing mundane stuff like shopping, the more time you have to relax or make more money. I'm on a task to make more money right now, so every minute that I can, salvage is time that I can spend trying to make more income, and by income I don't mean like working, like I could get more income by working long hours. I took a huge pay cut. I cut my hours by 25% for my job, and that's a 25% pay cut. So I did that because I'm planning on taking that 25% of not working, so I can finish the house, have time to do that, which I think is more productive than working, finishing up the house. Because finishing the house will allow me to make more money. Once I get everything set up in my office, and I'm looking to get back into full-time software development. Well, not full-time, but half-time software development. And despite me not wanting to develop for modern systems, and playing the whole pay-as-you-go, the new stuff, they make people do microtransactions. I was trying to avoid that because I don't like charging people money over and over and over and over, but that's what the system is. And, shareware is no longer available. Nobody buys shareware anyways. But if you do microtransactions, if you do advertisement, embedded advertisement and stuff that, you can give away stuff for free with advertisement, embedded in, I may have to do that and may have to develop for the mobile market to try to hit the masses. So looking into that right now. I wanted to develop old DOS stuff, but then I had to weigh the two. It's like, well, do I develop stuff that I always wanted to make since I was a kid, or do I make stuff to make money? And right now, I think the priority is going to have to be set aside my childhood fantasy of writing certain things and finishing them before I die, although I still want to do it, but concentrate immediately on doing a project that is viable, that could potentially make money. And it doesn't have to make me rich. It just has to make it enough so that I can travel the world, without worrying. I can do what I want to do, and money's not an issue. Elizabeth wants to know how far Aldi's is from my home. Aldi's is not too far. Aldi's is actually a lot of towns now. Aldi's is almost across the street from Walmart. So this Aldi's is only about 2 or 3 minutes away from the Walmart. So it's the same distance. And what I do is I don't come straight to Aldi's. I'm going to turn off my car here because I'm burning gas. Open the door so we get... I got to take the key out. It's going to beep. But what I try to do to save money, I try not to just head to the grocery store. I try to head to the grocery store on my way home from work. It's en route, it's nearby, or sometimes I have to take a little extra step to go towards the grocery store and then loop back home. But I do that because it can save, a little bit of gas. It might not seem like a lot, but maybe I save $2 or $3. Maybe I save $5. Do this 10 times, that's $50. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but $50 is $50. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all eating well. I'll try to do an update soon once I get the house somewhat sorted out. Refrigerator fits in that spot perfectly, spot I had allocated for it. And you're able to access, or I'm able to access the light switch perfectly. So it's great. So I'm really happy. I think the kitchen is now about 90% complete and operational, and that is a big thing because now I can save a lot more money. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Please stay safe, and remember to keep the people of Ukraine in your thoughts and prayers, as well as the young soldiers having to fight from both sides, Russian as well as Ukrainian. Very sad, very, very sad. As a former military member, I think if anyone hates war, it's military members. But you do what you have to do to defend your nation, to defend your country. And sometimes you do what you do even though you're not defending, but it's because it was ordered by your government, by your leaders. So I hope they can resolve this quickly without too much more bloodshed, because it's just so sad coming from both sides. I will commend the Ukrainians. I think they've shocked the whole world with how brave they are and how cohesive they've responded as a country. Matter of fact, I think if anything good, if you want to call it good, has come out of this, the Ukrainian situation seems to be drawing people together, whether they be Europeans or Americans, Republicans as well as Democrats and whatnot. Some of the hatred and split that has occurred with the world, everybody can agree when they see, bullying and tyranny and just bad, somebody doing something they shouldn't be doing on a world scale, and people seem to be responding as a race, as humans, not as countries, even though, of course, still there are alliances and stuff that people are treading on, but I think a lot of people are responding to the situation for what it is, which is one country basically wanting to take over another country. God bless you all. Please stay safe. Daniel, I'm glad you're here. I don't know why you're here, but nothing's random. I hope you're having a good day. Take care, everybody. God bless you all. $44 Aldi's food haul, but more than that, a way to save money. So if you want to save money, eat well, stay tuned. Take care, everybody. God bless you. Bye-bye now.